I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. Are we going to listen in on the conversation?
Sure. No, you're not.
Oh, damn.
Because I don't want to talk to that person.
Who is that person?
An annoying lady who lives down the road.
How old is she?
She's really a friend of my mother's. She's like in her early 60s.
I get what's happening here.
She's like your mother's age.
And then she's calling you on your cell phone.
Yeah,
for casual chit chat, right?
What?
For chit chat. She's calling you. A 60-something odd-year-old woman is calling you. And what excuse is she giving when she calls? Like, what is she pretending that she wants to talk about?
Oh, I'm glad she doesn't listen to this show because I feel bad about. She's a busybody, okay?
Mm-hmm.
She can't not know anything. Basically,
right.
She's one of those kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
She has to know what's going on with everyone,
right?
No matter what. So that's why she'll call me like every other day.
Now, is she calling you to find out what's going on with you, or she want to get gossip and dirt on other people?
She mainly wants to know what's happening with my mom. She wants to know what my mom is doing because sometimes my mom won't tell her something. So then she'll call me and ask me about my mom when my mom has explicitly said to her, "That's not your business."
Oh, really? So she doesn't even get the hint. She's still like, she tries to then go around your mother in order to get the information from you.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people are that silly because that's your mother. That's not just like a person, you know. That's not like an associate or a friend. That's your actual mother. You would have to be an idiot for that to work. Did she ever try to make a move on you?
No.
I mean, you don't know what she's actually thinking, though.
She's married to a man.
How old?
A few years older than her also.
Okay, so he's up there then. He's not giving it to her. Do you? I mean, can you?
He looks younger than he is. He takes care of himself.
Oh, well, then he doesn't want her. Then it's one of the. They're not doing it. He's not giving it to her.
How do you know?
If he looks better than her, at that age, then he's giving it to somebody else.
No.
Well, you just assume that they're still doing it. Can you picture it in your brain? Like, are you able to picture? Is she that type of a woman that you can picture her doing stuff? Like, does she walk around in like bikinis and stuff like that?
No.
Does she wear old women's clothes?
Yes.
Okay, then she's not doing it. She's not doing it. Any woman that's still doing it, she's doing little extra things, getting like lingerie, things that will make her sagging breasts perky. She's doing things that will make her form that's horrid looking right now to make it look, you know, kind of in shape, as it were. Do you have any idea what her breasts look like?
No.
I mean, you've seen them through the clothes, right?
I guess, but I don't contemplate about them.
I know. I don't
think about them.
I don't mean like in a sexual way. You are just disgusting. I don't mean.
You're the one who's being disgusting, sir.
I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, have you ever like do you know whether or not they're particularly saggy?
No.
What about the ass? Have you seen the ass?
No.
Has she ever worn anything where her ass cheeks might hang out either side or anything like that? I'm just asking.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's just assume for a second her body is incredibly sloppy. Let's assume for the purposes of this discussion that her body is sloppy, and let's try to get this woman some help. And
I'm calling Spicy Lingerie.
See?
Help you?
Hey, Jill, how are you, ma'am?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and I don't know whether or not I actually have the right line. I'm actually looking for some product information because I don't exactly know what I want to order. I have someone that I'm trying to help out, and I wanted to see whether or not you guys had anything that might actually work for her.
What is it?
We're looking for some lingerie or some, something really tight, top and bottom, but this is for an extremely older female, so the breasts are like very saggy and the back area is really fluffy. So we're looking for something that would really help not just the standard woman, but someone who might need a little extra help in the extra areas so that, her husband, as he looks at her, he can adorn what used to be, if that makes any sense. And we're looking for something that would tighten her up in certain areas. She is approaching 65. So I'm thinking if I just go the traditional route, that's not going to help for her because, she, like I said, the breasts and things like that are very saggy. If you're just tuning in, people, we're trying to help MCS's friend. So I didn't know You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what I'm asking for. I don't know whether or not there's a specific line that's geared towards older women.
Jesus.
What's wrong with? What's the problem, MCS?
Let's see.
Do you think this is rude or disrespectful or something?
Yes.
I think it's very respectful, and I hope that you, if we are able to get something for her, I hope you at least go over there and let her know what we got. What size is she? Like, how big is she, MCS?
I don't know.
Is she fat?
I don't know.
No, you've seen the
about
woman.
that kind of
No,
crap.
but is she fat, period? Like, when you see her coming through the door, does she have to turn sideways in order to get into the room?
No.
She just walks straight in?
She's a little plump, but she's not fat.
I
Okay.
have to look and see if I can see something that might work.
All right, I definitely appreciate it.
You'd be able to get away with a baby doll.
Okay,
There's a midnight rendezvous baby doll
okay.
that's out there. It's got
How's that sound,
it's got
MCS?
a G-string
I think
on
this
that.
woman is thinking about how much of
Baby
a damn
doll, so
perv
it's
you are.
full, like a full skirt. Like a
Oh,
baby
good.
doll.
And it's got you said it's got a G-string on it?
Yeah, G-string comes with it.
Okay, great. Can you picture in a
And it's got
G-string, MCS?
More coverage
Stop.
than most of them, and it looks like the top might be a little bit more supportive
Okay,
than the lace stuff.
okay. And so that would mean, and I'm a guy, so I don't fully grasp all of this stuff. That would mean if the top was more supportive, that if the breasts were really saggy, they would just like pull them back upward so that
Yeah.
they're kind of perky. Okay, okay,
It would support it,
okay, great.
well, not as well as a brassiere, but, you know, it would still be better than, you know, the lace top stuff.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, with something
But
like
that
that, with that outfit that you were talking about, would that actually go well with any of your like leather whips?
The Sir Darryl Radio Experience.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the most listened to radio program around, the Sir Darryl Radio Experience. MCS, I need to talk to you real quick. Everybody who's listening here, I want you to head on over immediately to SirDarryl.com because there's a picture on the front page of SirDarryl.com that's amazing, and we're going to be talking to the wonderful photographer of that picture. You know, like a lot of times, MCS, when you see pictures that have been made world famous, there's a picture of a man in Vietnam. He was about to be killed. His
Like
brains
the
were...
picture of the Chinese baby after Japan bombed them.
Exactly, things like that. You want to interview the author of that so that you could get inside of the mind of everyone around. And the best way to do it is to talk to the person that was able to photograph this historic event. His name's Clint Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to bring Clint onto the line, and I want you especially to be nice to this guy, MCS.
Of course.
I mean, like, I don't want...
I'm nice to everybody.
Yeah, but I'm saying in particular, don't piss this dude off.
Okay.
Because I can't afford for you to piss him off. All right? All right, I'm going to bring him on. Hopefully he doesn't hear any of what we were saying. Clint, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing fine. How
Oh,
about
there
you?
he is. He's there. I'm well, sir. Thank you for joining us today, especially with this amazing photograph that you took.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Now, I got to ask you a question first. Before we even get to that photograph, maybe you could settle something that we've been having here as a problem on our show earlier
Okay.
today. We've been trying to figure out whether or not if one person performs oral sex on another person, and they do this until the act is completed, if the person is a vegan, are they still a vegan when they're finished? Do you have any idea about that? We don't know. This is up for debate on our show.
Are they still a vegan?
Yes, because did they actually digest dairy product?
Technically, I would say that they're still a vegan because, I mean, if they're performing the act until it's complete, as you say,
Right.
then it's just, temporarily fluid, whatever.
So would that person also be able to eat like a cheeseburger every once in a while and still maintain their veganism?
No, I wouldn't. No.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying that once the fluid leaves their body the second time, then they become a vegan again because there's no trace of it in there.
Right.
But while it's still in them, like moments after they're done, they're not a vegan temporarily until as that fluid works its way through. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's the answer. MC, I'm going to go with that. MCS, are you satisfied with that?
I am satisfied.
Okay, all right. Now that we've got that out of the way, I thank you so much for dealing with that with us. Now that we've got that out of the way, you took a picture yesterday that I find to be absolutely breathtaking. I can't really tell what's going on. I just see what looks like a man, and the reason why I think it's a man is because of the size of the ankles. And, and yeah, that's really
a big ass man.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. The size of the ankles makes me think it's a man.
Oh god.
But I don't know what was happening there with the outfit. Please describe not just the picture, but give us an idea of just what happened. You're walking through the store, and all of a sudden, something catches your eye, I'm assuming.
Well, actually, I was standing there, just chatting with some of my coworkers, and you know how something walks past you and it just like completely cuts your entire conversation off because you're like, what the hell?
Right, you can't even go on any further. You gotta.
We all looked at each other like that, and everybody was like, what is that? What is that? What does he have on? What does he have on? So I'm like, well, y'all go ask. I'm like, you can't ask nobody that. I'm like, why not?
Exactly. That's
like,
what I thought. You can't ask that. That's a question that you can't ask.
So I'm like, well, I'll go ask. And they're like, of course they were daring me, and I'm a big daredevil. So I went and I was like, excuse me, sir, where'd you get your wardrobe? And he just gave me this look like, I shouldn't have been asking him that question, or I was out of bounds for asking him that question. And then I was just like, yeah, where did you get your get up? And he just kept walking, so I took out my phone and I just started taking pictures of him while he was walking away.
So he never even gave you an answer. He just looked at you.
He never gave me an answer. He just looked at me like, you bastard. That was the look on his face.
Now, I would
and
not.
I'm like, why are you mad at me? You were this.